Hello, my name is Hillary Smith. I'm in the wind band at Shelbyville High School. I'm part of a project our band program is doing that is partially funded by an Indiana Arts Commission grant entitled Arts and Education. There are a lot of other people involved in this project, as it involves student composers, student musicians, student videographers, student audio technicians, adults who are professional audio and video engineers, volunteers at the Strand Theater of Shelbyville, and some members of our community who have served our country in the armed forces. The music being used as part of this project was composed by students and performed and recorded by the Shelbyville High School Wind Band. We want the community to know how grateful we are to those who served in the military. This is our way of giving back through the arts and to honor those who make our community what it is today. We realize this project is the tip of the iceberg, as there are many others who are as equally deserving of this recognition as those we will meet tonight. We hope you will join us in honoring all who have served, regardless of whether they are included in this project or not. Together, we have a story to tell. That story is one of working to make Shelbyville and Shelby County a better place to live. We hope you enjoy the product of our endeavor. I'd like to introduce you to someone in our community who is one of our unsung heroes. This is Mr. Russel Hamner.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Strand Theater of Shelbyville, Mr. Hamner. Can you tell me a little about yourself?
Like I say, I was born and raised in Shelby County. I spent most of my life here except the time that I was in the service, and a year and a half or so that I lived in Indianapolis.
Okay. Do you have any family you'd like to talk about?
Well, I have a family of 2 daughters and 1 son.
Are you a member of any clubs or organizations?
Yes. I'm a member of the American Legion, Veterans of Foreign War, Farmers Masonic Lodge, Flat Rock Eastern Star. Also, I'm a member of the Board of Directors, I guess it is. It's not a club, it's Flat Rock Fire Department. Oh. And it's and I also belong to the Shrine, Scottish Rite, York Rite Masons, and right offhand, that's what I can think of.
Oh, okay. What are your most special memories of this community?
I've always enjoyed the fair, the Shelby County Fair. I've spent several years working out there, and when I was a kid, I was always out there. I didn't work, but I was always out there. But and since that time, I've spent a lot of years working at the fair. And I guess I still am this year, as far as I know.
All right. Well, what is it about this community that makes you most proud to be from here?
I don't know. Everything about Shelby County, I don't have anything really bad about Shelby County.
All right.
I've made it my home, and the reason I've done that is because I enjoy the people and the communities and what goes on in Shelby County. I mean, I have nothing to say bad about Shelby County.
That's good. Okay, well, describe what life in this community was like at the time you entered the service.
I was busy. I had worked at the cannon factory and saved up enough money to buy my first car. My first car was a 29 Model Way coupe with a rumble seat. I rolled the back window down and could talk to people in the rumble seat.
Now, do you have any memories from the Strand Theater?
Well, yes, they was all good. We liked the movies they had, and it was always a good crowd here. So we enjoyed it very much. And it was always a bunch of friends. I mean, we weren't, my girlfriend and I wasn't the only one. There was a lot of friends we had. It was all here too. So it was all good get together. We enjoyed it very much.
What were some of the major headlines in the newspaper?
Well, one of the things I remember, because they got me up early when Pearl Harbor was attacked. They come knocking on my door, got me up early and wanted me to deliver the newspaper, and the headlines was Pearl Harbor had been attacked. We were, I remember that because they got me up out of bed to do that.
Yes. Well, what would people do for fun and pleasure?
Most of us young guys was hunting. We'd like to go hunting, fishing, In summertime, was swimming at the river. We didn't have swimming pools then. I think Shelbyville had one, but we didn't. Out in the country, we had to the river. And we spend time on our vehicles. We'd all get together, us boys all get together, and there was a lot of people doing that same thing.
Yes. What military branch did you serve?
I served in the United States Navy.
Okay. Can you briefly describe your time in the military?
Okay. I went in March 1943, and I went to boot camp in Great Lakes, Illinois, and they sent me to Patuxent River, Maryland. And I was assigned on a board near a seaplane called Mars, which was the largest seaplane in the world.
Wow.
And I don't know how many, there's 6 or probably 5 or 6 of us or so assigned. And all we done every day was taxi up and down the Patuxent River, and maybe we'd get the thing in the air a little bit, go up a few hundred feet and then down and land it, and taxi, turn around, go right, do the same thing. Every day up and down the river. And then we spent all of our time, when we wasn't taxiing up and down the river, cleaning. We had that thing so clean you could see yourself in it.
Oh.
And after a while they transferred me to Opelika, Florida. And I was assigned to Naval Air Transport Service. And they transferred me to Olathe, Kansas. And I flew out of there to Oakland, California and back. But one day they called me off and said, you're going to be replaced. There'll be a person show up tomorrow morning and you will break them in. And they said, well, break them in, you'll break her in. So next morning, here this young lady, Waves, showed up, said she was to take my place. And I knew her, she was from Hope, Indiana. I knew her, we used to run around the same bunch together, so she was my replacement. Aww. I made 2 flights to Oakland with her, breaking her in what to do, where and how. Then I went to Pearl Harbor. And I was there for a while, and my duties there was to do the paperwork for loading the airplanes, unloading the planes, and fueling them and all this kind of stuff. And they called me in the office one day and said, we're going to transfer you. Said, we got an opening we got to fill, and we think you can do it. They sent me to Midway Island, and that's where I spent the rest of my time while I was in the service, was Midway Island. Midway Island is east of no place, west of nothing. Oh. It's a mile long and a mile wide.
Wow.
And our entertainment, especially on the weekend, was sitting out in the yard watching the Goonie birds come in and land and take off flying. That was our entertainment. And they flew me back when it come time for my release. I had the points, and also my enlistment was from 17 to 21, and I had turned 21. They said, I can go home. So they flew me back to Pearl Harbor, and they told me, they said, now we're going to fly you home. I said, no, no, no. And so what do you mean, no? I said, I've been in this Navy over 3 years, and I've never been on a ship. I want to go back on a ship. And they said, oh boy, he's been in Midway too long. But here's my papers that report to OGU, you're on your own. And I came back on a ship.
All right. Well, we're about to wrap up our interview, so is there anything you'd like to say that we haven't covered?
When I got discharged, come home, I had just made another rate. And they told me if I would re-enlist in 90 days, I'd get automatically would come back in the Navy with the 2nd class. Well, I come home with all intentions, I was going to re-enlist in the Navy. But as I told you, I ended up getting married. And my wife had other ideas, and she changed that all, and I never got back in the Navy. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, well, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to thank you. It's the little things in life that sometimes make the biggest difference. Mm-hmm. One of the little things I'd like to say is thanks. Thank you for your service to our country. Thank you for making our community a special place to live. Thank you for the lessons you taught me tonight about honor, sacrifice, loyalty, bravery, esprit de corps, and commitment to a greater good. Mr. Russ Hamner, our community salutes you for your service.
Thank you much.